everyone, and welcome again to another edition of Fight Night, baby. What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan. I got a cast of thousands with me tonight. I got my man Big Tone. I got Josie. I got Stacks. I actually got 2 stacks. I don't know which stacks I need to. Oh, I did. Hey. Now I know what stacks to click on. There's 2 of you up there, man. There's 2 of you up there. Now I know. All right, so let's go ahead and get the party started first. Let me bring on the newest member of this show. Yeah, I got his music cleared up. I got his music ready to go for him right here. Let me bring my man Big Tone on. Big Tone, what's up? And I ain't forgot about you.
I know you haven't. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Do what you do.
I got you right here. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Blast to pass.
And for all you youngsters that don't understand, that is the number. That's the theme song to one of the greatest tag teams ever.
This shit right here, Joes and Stacks don't know nothing about, baby. Let's go. Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that.
Joe's ever talking about some AEW and all that. He don't know nothing about no classic NWA, no classic WCW, nothing like that, baby. This made pro wrestling what it is today.
Yes, sir.
Recognize. Yeah. Give it a few more minutes.
They know nothing about beautiful Bobby dropping that leg off the top rope, almost hitting his head in the rafters on the lights. They don't know nothing about that.
All right. I see Josie over there feuding, so let me stop pushing my look. Let me stop pushing my luck. Josie gonna come to my house and just hit me with a Molotov cocktail and just burn me up, boy. Let me stop. All right, let me go ahead and bring Josie on. Josie, what's going on? He got the fist pounded.
Oh, he bad. He big bad now.
Oh, man. Let me go ahead and bring Josie on here. Josie, what's going on?
You're lucky I don't have control of this show, God damn it.
Come on, what's wrong?
No, you know what? You know what? I got a request though. If we get to have theme songs,
yeah, you can have a theme song if you want.
I want one.
Which one you want?
I want. He's a working man.
Oh Lord, he wants Dusty's. He wants Dusty's 92 theme. Okay,
Tritons theme.
Okay, I respect that.
We got you. All right.
To me, honestly, one of the greatest theme songs ever. Like one of the that also might be is because I love Dusty.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
We love Dusty.
Oh yeah, we all do.
Dusty man.
All right,
Dusty.
Bring in this other man so we can get to talking. We got a lot to talk about.
We got to bring in another legitimate. He is a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. For God knows, I don't know why, but it is what it is. Then bring my man Stacks in. Stacks, what's up, bro?
What's going on? Another
Tuesday.
Man?
The hell you drinking?
Will, hit it.
The hell he drinking? He coming to the show. I'm trying. What you drinking, Stacks? I want to know.
He's drinking that Kool-Aid.
You drinking that Purple Source Rex?
I'm on a different level season show.
Oh, okay.
He's on that Liquid Courage tonight.
He said Liquid Courage.
Oh damn!
Hold on one second. Did he move it again on me?
Man, you need to stop letting your son mess with your board.
I do. I really do.
All right.
You know what though? I got something else though.
Mania! Well, there it is. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is officially our last episode until
That's right. Acknowledge me.
Until Mania weekend. It is coming. It is here. Fuck coming. It is here.
Yep.
Got SmackDown, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I still echo what I said last week. I'm a little more invested than I was last week, but still, I'm not. All right, here I'm gonna ask this question: are we watching it together? Are we all gonna hang out and watch it? Yes, no. Here, I'm asking.
I know I can't do night one.
I mean, I'm down.
I'll be watching both, so y'all just I'll set something up and send out.
Okay. Cool.
Because I don't know where I'm going to be night one.
So
I got a show night one to do. Geek on.
I just again, I feel like the only match I've really seen them build is Cody Roman and Cody Seth Roman Rock. And honestly,
That's what's selling tickets.
And I get it. I do.
Yeah, it is.
I understand it. I get it. But honestly, I'm a little tired of seeing Seth and Cody or one or both getting their ass beat at the end of every Monday Raw. Like,
but they're doing it to push the bloodline, though.
And I got that. I understand. I know. And I know there's going to be a big swerve. Something is happening there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we know that. We know that's coming.
And
we know that's coming.
You're just worn out.
Let me ask you a question.
Maybe it's just that. Hang on. Let me just finish this thought real quick.
Go ahead.
Maybe you're right, Stacks. Maybe I'm just bloodlined out. Like,
it's fatigue.
Even The Rock doesn't really save this for me at this point. And honestly, is anybody else not quite feeling the final boss shtick?
I am. I'm loving it.
I am. I love that. That's a new. That's a new one.
New.
I mean, I
remember.
agree. I get that. I don't know.
It's not
I don't know. This heel Rock
terrible.
Feels fake to me. It's the first time I've ever seen him be heel, and maybe that's because he's built such a good guy persona.
First time you ever seen it? Really?
No. First time I've seen him heel since he's come back. Since he's never been a heel. Really, since he's become a star, he's never been a heel. And I think that's really what's kind of affecting it for me is I know the man that Dwayne is.
Mm-hmm.
And the heel seems phony. And
not to me. He was he was heelish with Hogan.
No, all of that I agree, but what you're going to that's
he's just saying right now, Joe.
I'm saying since he's come back with Cena.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you. Okay.
So and I agree. I fully understand what y'all are coming. I know most people aren't going to agree with me. It's just the way I'm feeling with it. It's feeling pushed a little bit to me. The Rock seems like it's a little forced. It doesn't feel as fluid as the heel Rock used to seem.
Not me. I'm loving the final boss gimmick. I'm loving it because it's something new. It's new for the Rock. Number one, to go out with that gimmick. It's a new gimmick for the Rock. Number two,
I mean, it's not really new. It's the same. It's Hollywood Rock. It's just under the final boss. It's not really new.
But again, I'm loving it. You missing a point of the final boss. You missing a whole point. I am loving it. Loving it.
If you look at Rock's character right now as the final boss, he's wrapping all the old Hollywood Rock, so the corporate Rock. He's wrapped them all up into one, and he came up the final boss.
Yep.
Now, with him being I don't know who gave him that name, which came out perfectly, but it's all his old heel characters rolled into one and just updated.
Yep.
That's all it is.
It's fantastic to me. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But my thought was this. It's not my thought, really. It was my daughter's thought. Because my daughter asked me the other day, everybody's looking at either Rock or Roman for the swerve. Why we ain't think about your boy, Sokoa?
Well, we
Oh,
said that
Solo.
last week
Yeah, we
too.
already
Yeah.
said Solo's going
We
to
Yeah,
said that
because
last
Yeah.
week too.
yeah,
I mean,
that's
this
gonna
is
happen
my
too.
thing. The one thing that does make this interesting is that swerve.
Yeah,
Because I feel like there are so many directions it could go.
So
It
many
could
ways
coming.
they can do
it
it.
could be
Coming.
Solo, it could be Rock, it could be Roman, it could be Seth, it could be Paulie. Like the list goes on and on of who could get involved in
There's been
fuck
words
up this match
Cena
for one or
and
the other.
Stone Cold. I mean,
Yes,
they've
so,
been
I mean,
all them
Cena,
out.
Stone Cold. I'm still surprised at this
Let's see
point we
Stone
don't have
Cold.
a Cena match.
Yes, I agree.
Cena and
Do we
Stone
need
Cold
it?
are not going. That's not going to happen. It's too
And do
late
we
for them to
need a
become a
Cena? And do we really need a
I
Cena
mean,
match?
possibly
No.
get involved in this match, do a run in. I could see it. I could
Yeah,
see
Do
it
we
I
really?
just
could.
No,
It's
because,
Mania.
Why?
It's
because
Mania.
it don't benefit. It don't benefit
it
Cena.
doesn't
or
matter. It
Exactly.
doesn't. That does not matter. That does
It
not
makes
matter. That
I
does
just
not
don't see
matter for
it.
Mania.
I said
For Mania,
because
they will do whatever. It
but the
does not
reason why
I
but the
matter.
agree.
reason why I don't see it is because at some point it has to be a payoff at the end for somebody. And if you do a run in like that, Cena
It's
ain't
the
coming back.
payoff.
Cena's not coming back full time. You know, Stone Cold ain't coming back
No.
full time.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
Why?
It's just to bring the
And
Rock's
more
past
intrigue.
into it. It just brings more
More
intrigue. It
intrigue.
just brings
More
more into that
intrigue.
match.
For
And it's
what?
also nothing. There is no for what. Y'all act like WWE doesn't do things just to do things. They
Oh
do
yeah, I
that
understand
all
that.
the time.
Yeah.
I get
But
that point. But when you
I'm
take
saying there's no for what.
but if you're taking a major star,
They're
and as
not
much,
major,
and
but
as much
neither
as
of
we,
those.
and as much as I hate Cena, do not get me wrong. I will give him props. Major star.
They're
So
not major stars now. They're part timers, and so they would
again,
easily. But that makes even more sense for them to just be used
But-
in this to be thrown away as a Mania moment. It happens all the time at Mania.
They're still major stars. They're just no longer in ring competitors. So
I agree with that.
If you take that, you have them come down, do their thing, and then leave.
They did it with Hogan.
What?
They did it with Hogan.
Yeah.
Hogan multiple times did that. I'm just saying, y'all acts like WWE doesn't do this shit all the time. They do it all the time.
I just can't see Cena.
But it makes sense. Sometimes
No, it
makes
doesn't always
sense.
make sense.
No.
It doesn't always
Hold
make sense.
up.
And
What
I'm saying there is ways that this makes sense. There is. Me and Stacks just laid out the ways, just to bring in the intrigue, just to bring in it's more into Rock's past. It goes in to Roman, Rock, Stone Cold. Roman, his John Cena has faced both of these guys. Like y'all act like it takes all this storytelling for WWE to do that, and it doesn't. They will just do things because they think it will get a big pop, and it will 100%. Get a big pop.
I just can't see it. I can't.
I hope it.
I'm gonna laugh next week when it happens.
I can see it though.
I can't see it. I can't see it because
they hinted at it last week.
You gonna give it so you gonna give them a payday for a FU or a stunner and then roll out.
Will you act like they haven't done that for people all the time?
If you say not with the main storyline, no.
Not with these four guys and that bloodline.
No, that's not gonna happen.
But the tag match is not the main story.
No, and we know it's not.
It's the B. So it would make it makes even more sense for those two men to get involved. I'm just saying.
The only reason why
to help Cody
but you don't want to take the spotlight
off of that match.
Off of
again,
that's not so much Rock Roman, but you don't want to take the spotlight off of Seth Rollins. You don't want to take the spotlight off of Cody Rhodes.
But if they help Cody, which they have both been on TV hugging up with Cody in the last year, and telling him to finish the story. Tone, your face, man, like you act like I'm just speaking Spanish, and I'm not. Like, this happens all the time in WWE.
The reason
Like,
why
they do shit for no reason all the time.
I get that. I know. I've been a WWF fan since I was 6.
Mhm.
But you have to know what I'm saying is, if Stone Cold comes out, he's going to be in the KO match. I'm guaranteeing that right now. He would
Agreed.
not have anything to do with Rock, Roman. He wouldn't have anything to do with that.
I
Cena
just
comes out.
disagree.
If Cena comes out, he's after Austin Theory. I'm gonna tell you that now. So
Again.
that's the only way those two would they come out. That's what they're gonna be dealing
Y'all
with.
are
They will
using
not
too
fuck
much.
to date them out.
Y'all are using too much common sense here.
But we're dealing with yes, we are using common sense because we're dealing with Triple H. We're not dealing with Vince.
But Triple H does those things too. Some things in WWE are just done for a pop. That's the only point.
And
to get
who
the huge
started
pop.
that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Who started that shit?
I'm just saying, I think there is more of a chance in one of those or both of those getting involved in that match than y'all
I don't
think.
see it. I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
I don't see it
because
they have nothing to do with it. Just because they were kissing the Cody's ass, yeah, he's back in the company.
They hinted
His
to
dad,
it
they
during
love his dad. No problem.
They
The fuck would he
hinted
do
to
it for?
They hinted to it during The Rock beating Cody's ass last week with using an old school truck.
Van.
I know.
An
I saw the
old truck.
Yeah,
That wasn't like. I'm just saying, it could have been a total swerve. I could be totally wrong, but y'all are acting like I'm speaking Chinese here, like I'm throwing this out of left field. When there is probably a 50, like I guarantee you, it's been at least discussed.
No question. But that don't mean it's going to be. The trigger's going to be pulled.
I'm just saying it could happen. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
I still think it's Tommy Conner going to come out.
But that's what I'm saying is there are so many things that could happen in this match.
Ando, what's up, man? Come on, man. Ando up in here. Let me see. Hey, that's right. Acknowledge me. Let me see. I will admit they started giving a promo for Becky Rhea. Okay.
No. They started promoting Becky's book is what they've started doing.
I don't think Becky's gonna win, but that's just me.
Yeah. And they haven't started really promoting that match. They've started promoting Becky's book. And on top of promoting Becky's book, they promoted that match.
OG Rock was Prime Hill. Facts.
I agree with that.
Time to go to sleep during that.
Yeah, Final Boss he's on point. He's on point. And also, not only that, but you also kind of bring gamers into this as well. Final Boss video game. There you go. I don't want to see Seth portray Cody. Guess what?
It's not going to happen.
I see that happening.
It makes less sense.
I see that happening.
What?
I see that happening.
What?
Seth
portraying Cody.
Seth portraying Cody.
Bank on it.
I can see that happening quick. If he did it to the Shield, he'll do it on Cody.
My thing is, I don't disagree with. I don't disagree. I don't see it happening in this match for one reason, because I think I think Cody wins, and it does not make sense to go into a title versus title feud. It doesn't make sense. That's just again. Now here I am saying y'all are thinking too common sense.
I agree with that.
That's just my theory. Is it doesn't make sense.
No, I agree with
because I think Cody wins. Anybody who doesn't think Cody wins this match, I think is living in a fantasy. Cody is done if he doesn't finish the story here. They will never build him back up. They have buried him.
Beg AEW for your job.
Yeah. He might as well go back to AEW.
He's not going to do that because he just signed an extension. Cody
I'm not. But Tone, that even more pushes what I'm saying. He is winning this match.
Oh,
They
yeah,
changed
yeah.
the
'Cause
whole
Roman's-
story because they already tried to change it once. They were gonna pull him from the match altogether.
Roman's taking it. Roman's going to take time
Roman's-
off because his leukemia is coming back, and he knows that.
Yeah, and what
He just
I
ain't
have
said-
heard is Roman
but the
is
leukemia
going to go even
It's
more
coming back, so he's got
part-time.
to take off.
Well, I've heard Roman's going even more part-time. Like he's going to
Yeah,
focus
I know.
more on acting. He's going to start
Yeah.
being more like Cena in
Like,
Big Four.
Yeah, I can understand that. Man have been
So-
the man have been champ seemingly forever. So at some point it's got to end, and this is the perfect time for it
It'll
to
be
end.
about 4 years.
I think that, and then I think
Mhm.
then both him and The Rock take their break, come
Mhm.
back for SummerSlam, finish that story.
Yep.
And then we move into the next era of WWE. I want to move off this for a minute because I feel like it's all that's been talked about is that storyline. Is there anything else? I know last week we talked about Jay and Jimmy, definitely an exciting match. It doesn't look like
Very
the
much.
Rikishi thing is going to happen. I heard the Rikishi special guest in that match. I think it's a little
they're gonna
late.
Call that probably. No, they can do it on SmackDown.
I
They'll
mean,
probably
you're
do a
not
SmackDown
wrong.
Friday
I'm
night
not
before,
saying it.
because
I'm
he's
not
gonna
saying
be-
time's up. I'm just saying, is it a little late to be throwing in that stipulation at this point? That's what I'm saying.
For him to be a special guest referee?
No.
Yeah, I just
Because
feel
the
like
reason why I
there's
say
a.
that is if they do, they'll announce it. If there's both sons and their father as the
Guess
referee,
maybe
and
what I
a
would have
dispute
liked.
between sons, of course it would make sense.
I guess what I would have liked to see there was more of a story build with Rikishi involved more in this whole thing. Rikishi hasn't been involved. No brother versus brother match has ever had a dad.
Behind the scenes, yes, but not.
Yes, yeah. I mean, in the story.
Yeah.
So I feel like
that you see on TV each week.
I guess that's more my point. I feel like putting that
True,
stipulation
true.
in now is kind of pointless. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's basically what y'all were saying about getting Rock and Cena involved. What's the point? Like, you have a great story here without Rikishi in the middle.
Right.
Same exact thing.
So outside of those two matches, what are we excited for? Miz R-Truth. I would love to see some awesome Truth as tag team champions again.
Logan Paul, Randy Orton.
I gotta say, man, Logan, I hate his face, but man, the dude can wrestle.
He can go. I'm excited for that one.
I don't
Yeah, but they're
understand this.
ready to take that title off of.
Facebook user one, click the
100%.
link. One, click the link. Two, I don't understand this question. What was wrong with the element of surprise? I don't think there's anything wrong with the element of surprise.
Me neither.
But
That's where WWE
can you
lives.
be more specific? Because some people in wrestling do. I mean, AEW got shit on for having Matt Cardona just pop up and use it as a surprise in that Copeland match. Which, by the way, Cardona and Copeland put on a banger. That was a great match.
That was good.
Yes, they did.
What about the Intercontinental?
Yes, it was. That was
Big
a damn
Tone! I have to ask. You watched Dynamite last week. What'd you think?
Yes, I did. I hate to admit it, but they got a little something going.
I told you.
Hop
I
aboard the
told
train, pal.
you.
I to admit it.
Um,
I don't like to, but I seeing it from my own eyes. I have to say he's doing. They're getting better. I can't front on it. They need.
The thing about it that I like about AEW, it's different. It's different
100%.
than what you see in the E. It's completely
I have to
different.
go
It's a different brand of entertainment.
Yes, exact.
It's
Thank you.
completely different. If
Thank
you're
you.
a guy, if you're a guy who looked for story time, flamboyant characters, and things like that, stay with the E.
Yes.
Yeah,
But if
this
you're
isn't for
somebody who is looking for a real
pure wrestling.
pure wrestling,
Yeah.
a
Yes.
pure athletic event, go with AEW.
Yes.
And those are the big two differences there.
Yes.
And it's a fan's choice. You're not right if you pick one. You're not
No.
wrong if you pick the other. It's a fan's choice.
Enjoy wrestling, as we say almost every week on the show.
Yep.
We are living in the absolute best time to be a wrestling fan.
All right, gentlemen, we got Big Tone back. He's up going through some tech issues, but I got him back right here. And you know this man from the Sports Report podcast. You know this man from the Geek Gauntlet podcast.
Okay, cool.
Vermin
Okay.
Ando, what's up? You damn fool, Ando.
You know I had to make an entrance, man. You know I had to make an entrance. First things first. Josie, Final Boss Rock is like pinnacle rock. Like besides face rock, this is the best rock that there is. I totally believe that 2003 Rock, heel Rock, Austin versus Rock going into WrestleMania 19, best version of the Rock, hands down. Final Boss beats that. Final Boss Rock beats that Rock. Second off, okay, hold on.
Did not say that?
Who said that? And why don't? Did you say that?
What?
No,
I
I
thought I
said
heard-
it's all of them wrapped up into one and just even
Agreed.
better.
And that for me
Yeah.
is the reason why I think this is the best Rock.
I'm
Because
just
it takes all of
There
it
we go.
together, man. It takes everything that the fans love and everything that the fans hate. And The Rock, I believe, is the only person that can make that charisma work.
That
He's
could
the
have
only
pulled
guy.
that off.
Not John Cena.
Yes, sir.
Not John Cena. Definitely not John Cena because he's too much of a Boy Scout. I think The Rock is the only person who can pull it off. Second off, and this is probably a hot take because I don't pay attention to AEW at all, but I think outside interference wise, yes, Solo could get involved. Yes, Jimmy and Jay could get involved in the Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins versus Rock and Reigns match. And this could be a pipe dream. I don't know. But has there been any word on if Mox re-signed with AEW or was
he
he
just
released?
re-signed last year for a 4-year
Okay,
deal.
never mind then, because I was going to say
It's not.
I think it'd be kind of cool if Mox got involved and didn't necessarily
From his
help Roman.
You'd be more likely to see Dustin get involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a big enough.
I like to see that.
Which I have heard a little bit of rumor that there has been some discussion between the companies on things like that.
Yeah.
Remind y'all, we talked about this last week.
Yep.
We are in the point where if there is a possibility it's a Forbidden Door crossover between WWE and AEW, we're in the point where it's going to happen. Like Triple H.
Let's have a trade system at this point.
Like I fully believe in the next 3 to 5 years you will see it happen. 100%. It will happen.
Why wouldn't you? I mean,
I just think
it's best for business on both sides.
Exactly.
A is best for business, but B also helps doors stay open.
Exactly.
Agreed. Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then as for the other matches that you're kind of like, what's everybody else looking at? That tag team, the ladder matches at WrestleMania always deliver. And the fact that you're getting some of the best tag teams to go at it, like I think the New Day is going to run that course. They may not necessarily win, but I think the New Day with the experience that they have is going to control that match.
DIY is always down.
Dude, DIY is over. I love
DIY is always putting it.
Who's the one they haven't announced yet? Who do y'all think it is?
Hardy Boys. No.
Jeff, I looked this up. Jeff is under contract for at least another year.
Yeah.
And Tony Khan always likes to make them work out their contract. After
Yeah,
they've been
that's what. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Like he would. I think he would be about 6 months behind Matt, but I think now he's got about a year on
What
top of
about
that.
maybe a pipe dream, but Steiner and Corbin? But I think they have so much momentum in NXT right now that they won't bring them up.
And I watched NXT tonight. God, and I tell you, man, it's hard. It's hard. Like it's still not
Bless
hitting.
you, Joseph.
It's
Bless
still
you,
not
Joseph.
hitting. Like
Bless
I
you.
gotta say, whoever thinks Noam Dar is good on the mic and funny, like I don't get it. I don't. I find
Funny
him
looking,
very
maybe.
fucking cringy. I find him extremely cringy. But yeah, it's gonna be Axiom and some guy I can't even think of his name going up for the tag belts for NXT, and I don't see the War Dogs losing at this point.
No.
Motor City Machine Gun?
I'm hearing they're AEW bound.
Yeah, I know. That's what
Yeah.
I'm hearing too. But wouldn't that be a swerve?
Yeah,
though?
I hear that
That
too.
would be, but
Well, I don't see it happening either. I see AEW stand all over that. But
yeah.
boy, if you want to turn your tag team title, your tag team division on its face, I mean that would
Plus,
be.
they've
That would be
already
fantastic.
told TNA that they'll come back and do stuff. They just don't want to be under contract.
Yeah.
That makes sense, though.
Okay. Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense.
So yeah, I think the Alex Shelley trademarked Motor City Machine Guns and MCMG.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think you see them debut probably. Well, the tag tournament's coming to a close at Dynasty, so I think you see that happening soon. I want to kind of shift off of Mania, but is there anything else anybody's excited about for Mania? I gotta say, it seems very light for a 2-night event.
Is it
Well, the
light
biggest
or
thing-
is it just the lack of build?
Maybe it's the lack of build.
It's a lack of build. The thing is, in Philadelphia, with Paul Lee going into the Hall of Fame Friday night, that was the biggest draw.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Maybe they build more off that too. I've heard.
Man, I gotta say, I do have to say, this first WWE experience with Fanatics that they did, this 5-day thing, looks fucking awesome. Like, it looked cool as fuck. Like, any autograph you could pretty much think of that's signed with WWE at the moment, all kinds of just old school props. They got the fucking fist out there, man.
Did
they
they announce if that 6-woman tag team match between Damage Control and Jade Bianca? They did announce it.
Yeah, that's happening.
Big Tone.
Unfortunately.
And I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad you're here because I had a lot of people tell me they had a problem with that. You know what I told them?
Man,
I told them
a problem with Jade. Hold on, you have a problem with one of the biggest names in ladies professional wrestling being on your card for WrestleMania.
No, they had a problem with 3 black women closing out a show.
Exactly. That's what they had the problem with.
That's
the bullshit. And
that's the bullshit they had the problem with.
And that's why I told them to go fuck themselves. Agreed. Because this is something between those 3 that we have never seen before. Never, ever, ever, ever. We had a chance.
Yeah, this is a story.
But we had a chance. They ruined it when Athena left. So, but they're taking advantage of it now, and I want to see it now. And I think it's going to be a very good match, and that's one I want to see because I want to see these 3 ladies get along, get some wins, perhaps turn into a new faction.
Well, and I think it's interesting because from what I can tell, it looks like they're going to be a face faction at least to run this match, which is going to be interesting because we've never seen a face Jade.
Nope.
So interesting to see.
Always been Jade. It's Jade, Bianca, and who else?
Naomi.
Okay.
And you know what? And I'll tell you another thing too. this is going to help Jade in so many
Oh
ways.
yeah, this
Yeah,
is a
she's
great
gonna-
match. This
They're-
is
they're
this
gonna
is
set her up like
she's
a-
got two
yeah.
very
They're gonna set
very
her up
good veterans
perfectly.
right beside her to walk her
Mhm.
through this match, and then on top of that, she's got three girls that were not far from where. Well, not
Dakota.
Dakota was like that. The other two weren't because they had
Yeah.
so much time in Japan.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Well, and you
Um,
got to remember that Asuka was the
Yeah, Asuka, I
pro in
remember
NXT for how long?
And
Yeah.
we
And
also-
Yeah.
and we
Kairi
also-
Sane, who's the champion in NXT for so long. Yeah,
And we
Yeah.
also gotta remember, Asuka's a badass. She
Yeah.
won. She
Does
she
anybody
ran
else-
Japan. She
does
ran
any-
Japan for years.
does anybody else miss Pirate Kairi Sane? I kind of miss Pirate Kairi Sane.
A little
I do
bit.
not.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
don't get me wrong. I thought
don't.
she was a great character.
I
I think
don't.
there's something different about this Kairi Sane.
I
that
agree.
support.
I agree. It does.
Pirate-
It
Pirate Kairi Sane remind me of she reminds me of a Super Smash but Bros character. She just ain't. Yeah,
Well, hold on. I got to say this because of my knowledge with you on the Geek Gauntlet podcast. You just like cosplaying Chinese ladies, man, or Asian ladies. So
Absolutely.
that
he does.
that
Oh,
whole
so
just like-
he has
just-
he has a Kenny Omega syndrome.
Oh
love
yeah,
the
for
Asian,
sure,
man.
for
I love the
sure.
Asian, man.
He
I love
got
the
that
Asian,
yellow
man.
fever,
love the
100%.
Kairi Sane, if you take Kairi Sane, or if you take Dakota Kai off of that team and put Will right in the middle, Will's in heaven.
Hell yeah.
That
And
makes
y'all-
not
and
over
y'all
me. Go
never-
ahead,
and-
Oscar. Go ahead.
He'd
Oscar.
take
And y'all will- and you
he'd
will
take
never ever see
Dakota.
me again.
He'd take Dakota too because she's part Asian.
Well,
Trust
no,
me.
imagine if it was
If he
Dakota.
if I took him to Japan and drop him off in Tokyo, we never see him again.
Never
You know,
see
you
that
know-
man
Yeah.
again.
Well, I got
Never
your
see him
back,
again.
bro. I'm your wingman. I got your
There you
back.
go. There you go.
You
There
coming
you
home.
go.
You may
I'm
be
your
you may be
wingman.
bringing some extra baggage, but you coming home.
There-
I
got
would never commit to that, man. That man
Oh, I would.
Bro, stick together.
I would.
in an Asian territory, you'd never see that man
boy.
again. He'd be lost forever.
It'd be so much fun, man.
Yeah.
So
Your
much
face would be
fun.
plastered on CNN, Will.
Yeah.
They've been looking for
Have you seen this brother here?
But understand though, if I go over there, I can help broken world peace.
Oh my god.
I
All right. So
Well, peace, I got you.
okay.
Hey, just remember though. Hold on, before we go, just remember, if you go to Asia, that makes Princess Diana fair game.
That's true. That's true.
So
It
you got
does.
to balance it, Will. Got to
It
balance.
does. I do have to balance it. I do.
Yeah.
So moving
right, go ahead,
on, before we move into talk a little bit more about AEW and some of the cards for.
Because you got to answer a couple of questions for me.
Hang on a second. I want to talk about this interview that the infamous CM Punk did with Ari Haswani yesterday.
God. Have you seen it?
Seeing
I
that?
have.
I saw it on TikTok. Seeing bitch.
Yep.
And honestly, I 100% agree with Will. Do I disagree with everything he said? No. I do think that there are things that AEW definitely needs to change. One, there's no way you quit, you goddamn son of a bitch. You can't fucking quit when you're signed to a goddamn contract. That's not how it works.
Amen. Amen.
That's number one.
That's
Amen.
number one. Number
Amen.
two, Colt tried to just have a work. He wasn't there trying to be your friend again. He just wanted to have a working fucking relationship. And you are too much of a piece of goddamn excrement to just put it aside for what you were talking about, the betterment of the business.
Too much ego.
Way too much ego. Way too much ego.
And I'm
And
sorry,
and in
but
this
WWE should not have let him do this interview. It's a bad look.
Why do you
Bad
think
look. I just
why do
think
you
that.
think why do you think Seth hates him so much?
It's way too much bullshit for the accomplishments that he's had. Way too much bullshit.
100%.
And we say this all the time. Fellas. We all know in sports, when the bullshit rises above the productivity, you got issues. You got to
Very
go.
much.
Yeah.
His
gotta go.
bullshit is up here and project down here because the other issue he has since he's returned 3 years ago is the man can't stay goddamn healthy.
Nope. He can't stay healthy enough
Yeah.
to compete. He can't stay healthy enough to compete.
Tissue paper.
Um,
Interesting.
and so,
Bro,
like,
I'm
I
telling you, bro.
again don't disagree with everything he said. However, like we has been proven 1,000 times, anytime CM Punk is doing an interview like that, take everything he said with a grain of salt
Yeah,
because
the
it's
bullshit
just
flag comes
hit.
out real
Oh, that bullshit! Just he's good on the mic for a reason.
100%.
He
The
can
threads of
turn
bullshit thick.
he can turn anything into his situation. And you noticed he never said who his friends were on that interview. You noticed that?
Well, you know some
He
of
didn't want
them.
to throw
You
him under
know
the
some
bus,
of them
Will.
because that's like you
Yeah.
know some of them. That's FTR.
Mm-hmm.
That's Swerve has come out and said that they're close.
Yeah.
And so like
He mentioned Darby, didn't he? I mean,
Darby's
in a
been
roundabout way.
mentioned.
Darby, he
Yeah,
Sting.
he mentioned Darby in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
So like again,
Fuck CM Punk.
the other thing is he
Fuck
said
him.
AEW will stay open and as long as Tony
As
wants
long
to
as
pump
Tony
money in
wants
it. I don't necessarily agree with that. Like, I don't see AEW going anywhere, period. No matter if it's Tony running it in 5, 10 years, 20 years, no whatever. It will do if it doesn't, it will do what TNA did. Like anybody who wants to see this company fail is not a wrestling fan.
I don't think AEW will fail because of Tony Khan. Because if you look at what Tony's been doing, Josie,
He's getting better.
We've talked about this before, Josie. He's getting people under him to help him run that business the correct way.
He is finally starting,
Yeah.
and that's why I wanted Tone to check it out again because he's finally starting to take what he wanted, some sports base, but weaving in a little bit more story here and there and finding that balance. And you are starting to see that lady they brought in with Sasha Banks. Starting to see more of her fingertips on stuff. That guy that they the first, which I wanted to say, I can't remember his name, and I'm sorry, but congratulations to the first African American man to be in a vice president position in a wrestling company in the United States. He was made COO this week. So they're making moves. Things are changing in the company, and like. Yeah, well, I've been saying it for 2 years.
Yeah,
Tony had to give up some of the reins. Had to happen.
And another thing too, I think he's looking at New Japan as the
blueprint
point, the blueprint for AEW. So AEW is not going anywhere as long as he keeps his eyes on the prize.
Yes,
he's bringing in people under him to help him with some of that load to make the business decisions. Keep that load off of him. AEW is not going anywhere. Now, if they lose sight or focus,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. But if he keeps that focus on what New Japan's doing, because people got to understand, New Japan's been here forever.
Yeah.
So
longer than WWE when you really actually look at it.
Really look,
Yep.
So if you keep that going, that blueprint going, and keep bringing in people under you to help with some of that, AEW is not going anywhere.
And I think you're seeing a lot of that. Like, and I saw this after last week's show, and I wanted to bring it up. So I think one thing WWE or AEW needs to do is not look so much at the casual fan. The casual fan, AEW is not really the thing.
It's not there,
it's not.
Yeah.
You know where they need to be focusing is the lapsed fan. The guys that were fans, when you and Tone became fans back in the day that fell out after the Attitude Era, this is going to be more of what they're going to want. It's more of that old school style match. It's more, and even in Tone, you can say this because you're less flippy, right? It's getting less flippy. And even the flippy they're doing, it's
toned
not
down.
Yeah,
toning it
it's
down.
not
Yeah.
as blatant.
Absolutely.
That was pissing me off for so long. When I saw 6 guys just standing there, I was like, "Come on, guys! Like, don't make it so fucking blatant."
Yeah.
This is not the X division in TNA back
Yep.
in like
Yeah.
in the early
And
in the early 2000s.
somebody tell
Not
me,
like that.
and I wish somebody would tell me that AEW ain't got the best women's division, because I'm gonna call you a damn liar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they do.
Hands
I'm
down.
gonna call you a damn
They do.
liar.
Hands down.
Followed by Impact
Hands down.
and then the E. The E is last. The E is
Yeah.
last.
They do. That's true.
Well, there's a long reason for that. I
Just
don't know what
going
that
off
is.
last week, Stacks, you and I were talking about in the chat. Takeshita, man, fuck it, Takeshita. Holy shit, that
Banger.
motherfucker. He has had
He can
3 bangers in a row.
Hey,
Yep.
hey, let me ask you a question, Joey, because I meant to ask you this last week.
That's true. Yes.
What do they do with Bryan Danielson? What do they do with him? Do you think he's just done and
He's,
just going through the motions of his contract? Or
no. He's
on the
already
board.
said. Yeah, he's on the board. He's part of the he's there to stay. What I think is happening is he said this is his last year. We know we got the Osprey. We got the Osprey match at Dynasty, which. Oh yeah, baby!
That's going to be a fucking bang.
Oh yeah, baby!
That's going to be a monster.
That's going to be a hell of a match. That's for sure.
You love wrestling. That's the match for you, man.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm so excited for that. And then I think you're going to see a lot of that for 2024 with Bryan. Is a lot of dream matches, a lot of matches that people have been wanting to see. And then he's basically said after that he'll go part-time. He'll do matches here and there. I think he'll still be pretty heavily involved behind the scenes. But as far as television wise, I think towards the end of 2024, you're going to see him really come off of television.
Okay.
Could you see him being like a William Regal in AEW, kind of orchestrating stuff?
100%.
Well, and Tony, I know that Danielson is one of the guys that Tony goes to, and it has helped with creative and things like that. So
he'll get, Tony will give it up to him if he does. If they do the same way, like the E did with William Regal, when he was running NXT, and they give that Danielson that in AEW, it'll be perfect.
Smart move.
So
Smart move.
Now here's my question, because I wanted to bring this up because we are coming to WrestleMania weekend, which doesn't just mean WWE.
It means
everybody's got an event this weekend. The only company I think that doesn't have an event this weekend is AEW. I think they might be the only company, which is smart on their part. Smart on their part.
Yeah.
He did the smart thing and gave ROH this weekend. Which brings me to the question here. So now that AEW is starting to move in the right direction, what do y'all do to save ROH at this point?
I don't think you can.
Can you?
Can you?
Yeah,
No.
There's the other question.
I would kill it.
I don't think you can.
I wouldn't.
You can't resurface it as a new type of NXT for AEW.
Could. I think
not behind a paywall.
You either kill it, or you merge it.
Well, and I think the paywall thing is going to change very soon.
Well,
that big announcement that they're going to have,
the
announcement that they're going to have Dynasty on YouTube available is a big thing, and I think that's Tony testing the waters a little bit. I think we're about to get I think a new deal for AEW is about to be announced, and we're finally going to get a streaming. He's got to
going streaming.
It's a matter
well, ROH is on streaming on their own app. I'm talking AEW finally getting a streaming deal, going to Max.
But I think, I think I'd rather see them merge it. To be truthful.
Yeah, I think with the history of ROH, I mean, it'd be bad to just dump all of that history, man.
Well, you never lose the library.
You
got so much history. You got so much talent that's history is saturated in ROH.
The only reason why I say you merge it, is because you take that talent, bring it over. It's more belts to compete for. It gives more talent, more to. to shoot for, so to speak.
Again,
Old school.
I feel like it
NWA.
oversaturates.
Mhm.
Though. It oversaturates.
No,
again,
it's-
I don't.
No.
Again, I don't think belts oversaturate a company. I just think
I don't think so either.
it's up to the people that they put the belts on to make the belt interesting and to elevate the belt.
I know.
Yeah.
But
Now,
what
I
are you
do
gonna put
agree.
on?
I
Are you gonna put on
do.
Collision?
Some,
Are you gonna
some,
Rampage?
yes.
Yeah.
Some belts would
Yeah.
have
All right,
to.
that's fair. That's
Some
fair.
belts would have to dissipate. Like
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
2,
Yeah.
3, 6-man tags.
I was gonna
I
say
think
you
they're
can't
about
have
to
more
Unify
merge
them.
those.
Yeah.
I
You
think
can-
they're
you-
about
you-
to do
but-
that anyway. I
But
think
yeah, because you can find that. You can
Well,
find a merge though.
Yeah.
you're about to get the Acclaimed
Correct.
versus Bullet Club Gold, and I think they will unify those titles because
As it should.
that doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. Now,
No. It's stupid.
here's titles I do keep: the ROH Pure Championship.
I
I
keep that.
thought that was a
That's
stupid title at first, but I gotta say, I like how Tony has presented that title. He has made that title interesting because it's so different. The rules are so different.
Let me ask you a question.
It brings real like Greco-Roman wrestling style into professional wrestling.
Let me ask you this: what do you do with the women's title over there? My girl got it right now.
You got Athena with it.
Mm-hmm. My girl.
Would
Athena
you be
versus
mad?
Tony
Would
Merchant?
you be mad if I said it turns into like the international title for the women's?
No,
Yes.
I wouldn't.
You'd be
No,
mad.
I wouldn't either.
The only reason
I
I
would.
wouldn't be mad with it is because you got a big women's roster over there.
Huge women's roster.
Huge women's roster. You got to give them something else.
Yeah.
You got to.
Well, you figure, look at the men's side. I was looking at the rankings came out last week, and I was looking at the men's. So you have the world title, the TNT title, the international title,
Mhm.
the Continental Crown.
Mhm.
All men. So the men have one main title and 3 mid card, which I don't really agree with in this context,
Yeah.
but mid card titles, where the women have the women's title, the
TBS.
TBS title.
TBS.
Oh, and the men also have tag team titles.
Yep.
Tag title.
No women's tag team
women.
over in AEW.
There's no women's tag titles.
No,
They've
They've
no
talked
tag
about it,
title.
They
which
need it,
is another thing they should do because again, they've
Yep.
got a stacked women's roster.
Yes, that women's
That's
roster
what
they
over
do.
there.
That's when they need. They need that, and then they need
They
another mid card title for the women, and it will be perfect. Like
Yeah.
I said, Will, what did Tully Blanchard say about the belts? It's not the man. It's not the belt that makes the man. It's the man that makes the belt.
or the
They-
woman that makes the belt.
Exactly. If
Agreed.
they put them
You
all
look at
together and let them run with it and
Yep.
do it their way, you'll see a whole bunch of people blossom, especially in that
Exactly.
women's division.
Well, now,
Let them blossom.
I think that's why you see guys go over to New Japan like AJ Styles, like Daniel Bryan, and blossom because even let's try it again. I know it hasn't worked ever in US wrestling, but let's try it again. Let's do some light heavyweight titles. Like New Japan has an amazing Super Juniors division. Amazing.
Yeah, that junior tag.
Yeah,
That junior tag
it-
is
it-
hard.
That junior
It's
tag.
That is hard.
Well, their
Yeah.
junior
Yeah.
tag,
That is
their
hard.
super juniors, like all of it. Like, and that's where you see more of their high flyers. But like you still got guys over there like what's his name? Fuck. Zack Sabre Jr.,
Yeah.
who is not a high flyer, but he's a super junior.
Yep.
And he's a technical motherfucker.
Don't forget, back. They tell you, remember back in the day, WCW had that cruiserweight division. You used to
Yeah.
have everybody just fought for that thing like a motherfucker.
I'm
Dean
just saying,
Malenko,
I know it hasn't
gotta-
worked.
going after that thing.
But
I
you gotta
know
realize
it's-
something. I'm sorry. Let me make this point real quick. You got to realize something. That super junior belt, you have to realize that history of that super junior belt has everybody in your mama's name on
Yeah,
it.
True,
yeah,
true.
yeah.
True.
Now,
Rey
if they run it-
Mysterio, mean,
Now, if they did
Yeah.
that, and when Ultimo Dragon had all 8 of those belts, the super
Yeah.
J belts,
That
Come
was
on now.
so sweet back in the
Yeah.
day. That was
I
so
mean,
sweet
you just
back in the
mentioned
day.
another
that's
one.
what they need right there.
Ultimo Dragon, Jushin Thunder Liger, and that I think is another thing that could open things up for AEW is let's get try another light heavyweight division. Now again, they've tried.
They got the people for it.
WWE's tried it twice. WCW tried it. A cruiserweight division has never worked in American wrestling. But
It
you're
wasn't
right,
in
Tone. They've got the
WCW.
people for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was pretty hot in WCW. Hell, they made Thunder based off of it.
Yeah, no, well, okay,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
The problem is they refused to let them grow out of that division,
That's
Yeah.
the problem. That was the problem.
Yeah.
which
That was the
New
only
Japan also does very well. You look at it, Omega was a Super Junior, went on to be their
Yeah.
world champion. Like,
Yeah.
New Japan takes Super Juniors and elevates them when they deserve to be elevated.
And there was a few dudes. Brian Pillman, God rest his soul. He blossomed out in the WCW Cruiserweight division with Stunning Steve, the Hollywood Blonde.
Don't forget Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit
Chris
started as
Benoit.
a
Yeah, but
White Pegasus.
But Benoit, Guerrero, and Malenko and Bagwell all left because they felt that they were being held back.
well.
They
Yeah,
No, that was
they
over
wanted
money.
more.
No, before we're saying this. We're saying Benoit when he was over in New Japan. Him
Oh,
and
okay.
Eddie, they were all
Okay,
going
yes.
at that belt.
Yes,
That's what
yes,
he's trying to
yes,
say.
yes,
Yep,
yes,
yep.
yes.
And then you go back and,
So-
and you and I think sometimes WCW had me thinking with some of these guys because it wasn't believable. Big Tone, do you remember that feud that Pillman had with Lex Luger? I'm thinking,
Yeah.
what the hell are you thinking?
It was they had to do something because Dusty was that was when Dusty was about to switch out. Remember?
Yeah. You're right.
So
yeah.
he had to do something, and they had to do something real
So-
together real fast, and that's how they came up with it.
That's how that
to
came up.
get back to real quick to what we're talking to Punk, and I think Punk loves drama. Like
Yeah,
that's what Punk does. Is he
Punk
says
said, man,
he
Punk said,
said
man,
in the
high school
interview
bar.
that
That's why he
his name was being dragged, and I was like, who's drug your name? Like,
Jack Perry.
no one. No, he hasn't. He hasn't said anything about Punk. He's
Because
made
he
some
can't.
so no one has dragged his name publicly. He said people have dragged his name publicly, and the only people that have publicly dragged his name are fans, which he
Yeah.
says
And
he
Seth
doesn't
Rollins.
listen to.
And Seth Rollins.
And Seth Rollins.
There you go. There you go. That's why Seth can't stand him.
So I'm just saying, like, it's just drama for drama's sake. I don't feel like AEW is pushing this. Like, I feel like, yeah, they're pushing the Jack Perry side because it's going to make for good story when he comes
Good
back from
television,
New Japan.
Yeah.
If-
yeah.
100%.
If he comes
100%.
back,
He's coming back. I do not believe any of this that him and Tony aren't talking. I don't believe any of that bullshit. Like,
Tony's too smart.
Tony's too smart for that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I agree he's a mark, but that is a mark thing to do.
okay.
It-
but
but-
if he was the biggest mark, then why isn't CM Punk still in AEW?
Well, that was, again, like we were
And
talking about,
his
that
big-
was
and
not
he was his biggest
that
money
was-
maker to date.
agreed, but that eventually was taken out of Tony's hands. The board was consisting of Daniel Bryan and the others made that decision. That was taken out of Tony's hands.
Okay, now that I did not know. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
the boys didn't want him back. And given this history, I don't blame them.
They
Given history,
after the All Out, the original incident, they came up with a, what do they call it? It's a
Wrestler's Court.
yeah, that's the old school name.
school.
AEW has a name for it, but it's a disciplinary board basically,
Yeah,
and I think it's like
disciplinary
Brian
board,
Danielson. It's
I was trying to remember. who's on
Jeremy
it.
Lin, I think, is on it, and Christopher Danielson. Christopher Danielson.
Right.
And so it was there. And it's a couple of lawyers from AEW.
Okay.
And it was their decision to
I gotta ask
ultimately,
Ando.
after the Jack Perry incident, to let him go.
I gotta ask Ando why he's with us, and I've never. And I didn't know
Ando, you don't watch any AEW,
I
do
didn't know
you?
you didn't
I
watch
don't-
AEW.
No, I mean, I go to a friend's house and watch their pay-per-views when they have them. But yeah, like I don't have
April
TNT or
21st.
TBS, so.
April 21st, baby. I'm ready
Wow.
for
What's up?
Well, I
April
was just going to ask, why didn't you? Now you just explained it. Why you don't
Okay,
watch
so
AEW?
it's not that I'm against AEW. Like when I watched The Forbidden Door, especially anything that Will Ospreay is a fan of,
Ah,
Oh,
those
Y'all
matches.
know I love Will
Yeah.
Ospreay. Y'all
Oh,
know that
well,
already.
Whenever,
He goes bonkers, man.
I
He
love
goes
his
bonkers.
form of
He's amazing.
wrestling, and I love Kenny Omega's form of wrestling. Like
Yeah.
there is a part of me that wishes WWE would just strike the iron and sign Omega, but there's something about the way that Omega wrestles that I don't think would mesh well with WWE wrestling.
Well,
with
and
the
out of
format that it has.
and honestly, just my opinion here, but out of all of the EVPs and the people being involved, Omega's the last person I see leaving.
Yeah.
Like I don't see it. He is pretty trusted by Tony. The
I would
gaming
say-
division is all his.
Mhm. And I would say the Young Bucks will never make it to WWE because of the footprint that they have.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks
Yeah, I
don't
don't
deserve it
see
anyway.
that
They
either, yeah.
suck.
What's that?
The Young Bucks don't deserve it anyway. They suck.
I'm
Yeah.
still
I
I'm still
Don't
loving
get me-
I am
don't
still
get me
loving
started.
this
They
heel.
look, they look
gotta-
like they look like
I
two
gotta
fire
say,
cooks
man,
working
I
in
think-
stones.
I gotta say though, I think
I'll be right
the
back, guys.
Go ahead,
Usos,
man.
I think the Usos at their bloodline stage versus the Young Bucks at their prime, I think that is a top 5, if not top 3 tag team match you ever see.
I've just
And the
never.
Usos gonna whoop that
That'd be
ass.
good.
The
I
Usos
do
will
it, and
whoop that ass.
I'm not saying that they're not going to, but there's just there was
There's a lot of intrigue there.
It is. I mean, there's
The-
just
I
there's a
agree.
way that the Young Bucks there's a way that the Young Bucks wrestle. That's just kind of like, I mean, because they're brothers. I don't know. Are they twins?
Who?
The Young
Young
Bucks.
Bucks.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Nick
because
is they're like Matt and Jeff. They're about 2
Okay.
years apart.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's just the way that they play off of each other and the way that Jimmy and Jay play off. I just think it'd be amazing, man. I just think that match.
I just don't like the way they try to incorporate the old school look with today's wrestling. I
Agreed.
can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
Will, I think you need to just check out some AW and just kind of look at what they're doing right now. I know you're never going to
I will
enjoy.
say- hold on, I will say because I did catch glimpses of Sting's last match with Darby Allin and then the Young
So
Bucks.
good. They did a good job.
Amazing.
They did a good job. Even
have to
Tone. Will
have to
never
admit.
say anything good about the Bucks, but even Big Tone said the
I have to
Bucks
admit,
did a good job sending
That was a
him
good
off.
match. That was a good match.
But I think
I have to
don't
admit that.
don't get me wrong. I still think Darby Allin sold that match the best.
Damn it.
I agree.
He did.
Oh, 100%.
He
He did.
Dude, like
agree.
no,
I agree.
Yeah,
Back-
and anybody who's bitching
Front
about
flipping
his bitching about his glass stunt, fuck off.
yeah, that is dedication to your craft right there.
Well, and I'm
It is.
sorry, any fans that are bitching about
went
getting
overboard.
glass, I've been to 4 AEW shows, and before every one, it says in the first rows you might get hit with shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they go overboard sometimes.
I don't
Sometimes,
believe.
not
I
all.
don't believe.
Sometimes.
I don't
That one-
believe.
Darby
in-
Allin's last one, and that last match with Sting, he went overboard. That was
I don't.
it was not necessary.
I don't
think
believe you
sometimes,
can
too,
go overboard in wrestling matches when you've seen Shane McMahon throw himself off of a 40-foot cage. You've seen Jeff Hardy jump off of a 60-foot
Okay,
scaffolding.
but that's hold on. In Big Tone's defense, it's different from landing in a control environment where you are landing inside practically a box where you have and then again
on
Big Tone-
glass,
don't get me-
on
don't get me-
pad, on pavement.
Hold on. Don't get me wrong. I thought that spot was absolutely incredible, and for you to
It
do
was
that prop
epic,
because
man.
my ass is
It
not
was
going
sick.
to take. My ass isn't going to jump off a ladder at 38 years old. My ass is not going to go through a glass table at 21 years old. Like,
Yeah, and
what
he's
Darby Allin did-
26.
what
I think.
Darby did, hats off to you. But there is a level of, I don't want to use the word safety, but there is a level
I
that
will
you have to be able to play at.
I
and
will
that's
agree.
true.
You should have done that in a more controlled
I
environment.
will
Like, do it
agree with
backstage.
Big Tone into the fact that he ended up actually not landing on anybody and the move didn't have any type
Yeah.
of effect.
I agree.
True.
I thought he
I
should've
think
landed
that
on
was
somebody.
where they
Honestly.
failed.
Yeah,
Like
So-
I agree.
someone should have taken the
Yeah,
bump
should've-
with him.
Yeah,
I-
and
I think too. I think too.
100%.
I think too. And I was asked this on another show a couple weeks ago. You have to protect these guys from themselves.
agreed.
And
I do
think-
agree with-
and I think that was one I'm not doing it at 21. I'm not doing it at 31. I'm not doing it at 51. Hell to the no. You have to protect yourself so you can have future matches down the line.
I do agree with that, but on that same effect, for the 5 years that AEW's been around, Darby Allin has been known for being the guy
Reckless.
to be reckless.
Yeah,
He's been that guy for AEW.
That's his style.
He's
That's
one of the
fine.
only guys.
He's a younger
hang on.
He's a younger version of Jeff Hardy back in the day.
Exactly.
He is.
But
He is,
Will, if you
100%,
really look at it,
Yep.
he's one of the only guys they really let do that.
Because everybody else is fucking smart and not going to kill
Well,
themselves.
and
Exactly.
again, I'm not. Hang on. I agree. You have to protect, and I think they messed up in that of
I agree.
him taking the bump by himself. It should have been onto somebody. It would have made more sense in the
Matt or
match.
Nick.
I think less people would have been upset because it did seem just for shock value.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not against the spot, but you need the spot in a more controlled environment where you have more control over everything going on. Because how many people got hit with glass shards in the first row?
3 or 4 is
if
what
you put
came
your
forward.
audience at risk, and granted, don't try this at home. You know these people are professional stuntmen,
Well,
whatever the hell the case.
even
Hold on. I get that you get those warnings, right? But those people that are sitting in the front row, hey, what's that glass table doing there? You know, I mean, you don't know anything for that spot. If you make that spot happen in the back in a more controlled environment, nobody else is around. You do not have any collateral damage.
And I think
that could have been a vignette the week before.
Well, and I think that's why they've widened their ramp too. I think
they widen their ramp because they can't get people into their seats.
No, that's
I've
bullshit.
heard that from somebody before.
No, that's not how they set up buildings anyway. That's not true. One, and they have started going back to smaller venues, and like Collision this past week was sold out again.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that they're learning on. But like we said last week, networks don't give a fuck about ticket sales.
Facts.
They don't give a damn.
That's true. That's true.
Because if they did, they wouldn't have helped them keep the program running for a year and a half during pandemic.
Yep.
$1,000,000,000%.
I agree.
So like I don't believe that they widen the ramp because that's not how venues work. And I was just at an AEW show in a venue that fits 5,000. They did 3,500. That's pretty good.
Oh, Josie, real quick.
And,
I don't think Ando and Big Tone know about your story when you went to your first AEW venue and you got chopped the hell out of.
No, my first indie show. I got chopped the hell out of by Nyla Rose and Masha Slamovich.
Masha Slamovich. That's a big bitch.
And if you know indies, you'll know who she is. Holly Dead used to tag with Thunder Rosa back in the day on the indies.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. That's a big bitch.
I got chopped by all 3 of those women. Yeah. Nyla Rose's chop hurts like a motherfucker.
Of course he would. Shit. What the fuck
hey.
Of course he would.
Hey, I'm trans. I don't.
But for real though.
I know.
But for real though, it's like I wouldn't have done that unless you would have paid me X amount of money.
Oh yeah, you have to pay me.
Well, we're gonna have to see if we can find the video. There's a video out there of me showing off my bruised ass chest today out there.
It is. Hey, but unless you paid me or you sent me for a free trip from back to Japan, I ain't doing it. Hell,
well, okay. Nyla asked me if I wanted the open palm or the knife edge, and I went open palm. I was like, I'm sorry, you're not knife edge chopping me at all.
Oh man, Josie told me that night. I was like, okay, well, I hope you come back.
So
nice knowing you.
Outside of is there any matches that anybody's really excited about for WrestleMania? I know the GCW card is looking pretty good. I always love Effie's Spring Break bash. I think he always puts on a great
NWA have
card.
a show that weekend too?
Who
I thought
does?
they did. NWA. I thought they had a show.
Yeah, well, no, they're going to be in Philadelphia in August. They just announced that today.
Okay,
They're going to
okay,
be there
okay.
in August for
Okay.
NWA 76.
Okay.
Seth and Drew for me, Josie.
Yep.
I like what Drew's been doing lately.
I
And,
gotta say, Will,
and-
I know we usually bond in hating over Drew. That the CM Punk Seth Drew bit this past week was really good.
Yeah, well,
I thought it was
was good.
I'll get the devil is
That was
due. It
nice.
was good.
That was
I
nice.
know nobody
Really
wants to give him flowers. I mean, sometimes we give him flowers, but Punk has really helped elevate that storyline
I agree.
between Seth and Drew, and I think
I
that's,
mean,
it's helped
you
Drew a
can
ton.
shit on Punk all you want, but like we
Yeah.
said, the man is great on the mic and always will be. Like that's
Yeah.
the unfortunate
Yeah.
thing. That's why he will always have
100%.
fans, is
Can we-
because
can we-
he
can we
is so
please-
good on the mic.
Can we just please give the man his ice cream bar so he can shut the hell up?
He wouldn't. Oh, what I did think was hilarious, I thought it was really funny trying to get Drew to say Vince McMahon. That was hilarious. Now, here's the question
You're the
with that.
chosen one. Who chose you? Who chose you?
Yep.
Here's the question with that. In his promo, Punk said, "We're not on Netflix yet. Watch your mouth." And they have been commenting about PG a lot.
Yeah.
We're
They-
9
they
months
made
out
reference.
from the Netflix era, and
Oh, that's
everybody knows.
knows.
Everybody knows it's been said that they're going to be on a lot less of a leash with Netflix.
Oh yeah.
So do y'all think like some more? We get to see more stars kind of doing what Dwayne has been getting away with.
I agree.
You
I
mentioned it.
agree.
You mentioned it a couple of shows ago, Josie.
The leash is lengthened.
I really think
agree.
that PG rating getting the hell out. I really do think that PG rating done.
They're going on Netflix. They're going on a
Yeah.
streaming site. They can basically do
They're going to be
whatever the fuck
Netflix's.
they want.
They're going to be Netflix's first ever live show. They're going to be Netflix's first live programming.
It might not be to the level that we all expect, but yeah, the leash will definitely be lengthened.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah,
I think that
in my
PG
mind.
rating.
In my mind.
I think that PG rating is gone. It's going to be more like what? NR 17, Josie?
So you're gonna. You think?
I think you're gonna,
Yeah.
You still got the kids though.
Yeah.
Hold on,
That-
Will. So
that's
you
the
think?
thing.
Hold on. I gotta ask Will. So Will, once they get on Netflix, are we gonna see more of Undertaker kidnapping Stephanie McMahon? Where
No.
to,
I don't
Stephanie?
think we see anything that bad.
And
but at the same point, I don't think we'll get the kiddie show either.
I don't-
Agreed.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna even get to a TV 14 rating.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna see more
Ruthless
language.
aggression.
I think you're gonna see some more language more than anything.
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
really
exactly it. I really
anything
do.
as far as what you see as far as the programming now
Yeah.
I
will
don't think
change.
I
I
don't
feel
think
like
the
the
story. I don't think the
storylines
story. Yeah, I don't think.
similar
Thank
as
you,
far as
Stacks.
the-
Yeah, I don't think the storylines
Yep.
change. I agree with Stacks, but I do think you'll
Yeah.
see more vulgar language in their programming.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
Here's
you'll see that.
something that hasn't been discussed: is WWE leaving cable is gonna leave a huge vacuum
Huge gap.
that
And you know-
hasn't been vacant
and you know-
in 30
and you-
years.
And you know who needs to take advantage of this while they can?
AEW.
AEW.
That's who they need to take
Well,
advantage
that's
of.
what I was gonna
AEW
say.
needs to take
That's what
advantage
I
of
was gonna say. If Tony keeps moving in the direction he's moving, and like I said, I think they're gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen with the TV deal. Something tells me they re-sign with Warner Brothers.
Or
Um,
TNA could take that spot too. Think
Yeah,
about it.
Impact could do it too. Impact could do it too.
The
If-
reason
if-
Impact won't is
if they get the
because
money.
Anthem refuses to take them off of any
Yeah.
network but their own.
Right.
That's the only reason TNA won't.
Then
If,
okay.
if it were Scott D'Amore running TNA, 100%.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Okay.
I agree.
If TNA doesn't take the shot, do you think Billy Corbin and the NWA would?
Billy
I don't
Corgan's
think
an
so.
idiot.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Billy Corgan had his shot 6 months ago with CW and fucked it up.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
true. I forgot about that. Yeah, we did.
I'm gonna get a deal with a major network, and then I'm gonna do a Coke scene on my pay-per-view.
Makes no
Hey,
sense.
Yeah,
Josie,
he fucked that
imagine
up.
this
Yeah, I
flip. That
forgot
would
about
never
No
happen,
sense.
though.
I would love
What
to
if-
see, but I would have loved to see when before Aldis left, when he was the champion. If you would have took that company with a TV deal,
Yeah.
oh
Yep.
my god,
Yep.
man!
If you could have given pre-pandemic NWA, and I know like pre-pandemic NWA wasn't even a year old.
Mm-mm.
If you could have
No, but they
given
were banging,
them
though.
a TV deal,
That
like
pay
they'd
was banging.
easily. But yeah, that's the thing I don't think anybody's talking about is the landscape of pro wrestling is about to seriously change when WWE is
Yep.
only available through subscription.
No,
Do you
What
think-
if
but
AEW
SmackDown's still going to be on
slides into a
TV.
Well, yes, you're right for now. But there's been talk that once that deal's up with, they might be
yeah.
going there
That's
too.
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
What
Let me
if
ask you a question,
AEW
Joseph.
slides in with Peacock, and you get and it replaces
Well-
WWE? They can get their library.
I mean, WWE.
That ain't going to happen. They
I
ain't selling
don't-
off that damn library. I'm going to tell
Yeah.
you that now.
Well,
That's never going to happen.
Peacock's deal with WWE for the library is up in 2026.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
It's
is.
up in
Let me ask you this,
2026.
Josie. Let me ask you this, Josie. Can MLW?
Ooh.
I would love to see it. I just don't think they don't have the
I
money.
think they got the money.
Yeah.
They don't have the money. Like
Yeah.
they're not.
got the
They're still on BN and YouTube and like
Yeah.
the only people who watch MLW are hardcore fans like us. Like
They got
But the thing
talent,
is, with MLW, they have, they've got
they got a
they've
nice
got some
roster.
stars. They got a
they
very-
have
their
for
roster's
years.
nice.
They have.
Mhm.
Alexander Hammerstone now in TNA. Like I wanted him in AEW so bad.
Yeah, him and MJF. That little clique they had back in the day in MLW.
Yeah, the dynasty.
That would have been lovely.
Yes.
That would have been lovely.
Yes, sir.
And I still think, okay, this is going to be my last one because we're running long. Here's my last question. Where is MJF going?
AEW.
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 He'd be a fool to go to WWE.
AEW.
With the way
AEW.
WWE is right now,
Yeah.
he would be a fool to go to WWE. He'll be a fool.
He better stay
my-
right where he's at.
Say right where you at.
Either that or go to Japan. One of the two.
Well, that makes no
It's all
sense.
storyline.
That makes no sense
It's all
because you
storyline.
can work
Think about it.
AEW and go to New Japan.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So he can he'd still be technically he'd still be in AEW
That-
because they
that's-
have that working relationship.
Yeah, that's the whole thing I say with. I don't believe that the Jack Perry thing is a kayfabe because of the working relationship that AEW has with New Japan. Like I don't believe that. I mean, we
I agree.
all know Rocky Romero is the booker for New Japan,
Yep.
and he is on AEW programming like a couple of times a month now. So,
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's true.
so
He stays.
I gotta say, as far as this build for Mania,
Lackluster.
I give it like a 4.
You
Yeah.
being that nice?
I was gonna say 3.5.
I say
I
3.
give it a 2.
I'll give it a 3.
Ando,
I'm sorry. Other than The Rock and the Bloodline and Cody and Seth, who else is doing it? Because that's all that I hear about on TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah.
that's what we've been saying for
Yeah,
like
no,
2 months.
I mean, and don't get me wrong,
to her
because
credit,
it's your money making match. I get it. You want to put your eggs in the match that's going to make
I
the most
get
money.
that
but
100%.
at
But
the
yeah,
same
yeah, yeah.
time, you cannot devalue. Like Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch should be a bigger deal than it is. The way that you
Facts.
could have built the Bailey versus Io Sky and the whole destruction of kicking Bailey out of damage control, you could have built that so much better.
I am excited for that just because
Yeah,
I think
that-
Bailey's
that
going
match-
to win.
And I mean,
That
dude,
match will be-
Jimmy,
Yeah, Big Booty Bailey's gonna win that.
Big
Amen.
Booty Bailey!
Thank you. Yep. And then I know you guys talked about it briefly, but Jay and Jimmy, come on, man. Brother matches at WrestleMania are always freaking deliver.
Every
You're not getting
15 years.
You're not-
Every
well,
That's
no.
true.
fif-
It's that
that.
time.
Not necessarily, because the first one didn't happen until WrestleMania 10. So technically, they broke the mold when they went 10, but then it's been 15 seconds.
Well, no, but there's been a brother versus brother match every
Nope, I get
15
you.
years
I get you.
since.
Yeah.
But-
Overall,
Let's see. We also have Becky and Rhea. We have
Don't
Seth and
forget
Drew.
LA Knight,
We have
AJ Styles.
we have AJ Styles versus LA Knight.
I am excited for that just because I
Don't
like
forget
LA
that
Knight.
match.
That's a
Yeah.
Don't
sleeper
forget
match.
that match,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah,
That's
I agree
Logan.
with you on that one, Tone.
Oh, and then obviously we have the tag team match. Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Logan Paul has the United
Logan
States
Paul.
Championship up against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton.
Kid
Who's
Randy.
working out of that match?
Randy, baby. It's
Randy.
Randy. I've changed
Give
my
it to
mind.
Randy.
It's Randy.
Here's the Randy.
Dude,
Randy.
I don't think Randy
Randy.
needs the belt, man. I don't think Randy needs it. I think it stays on Logan Paul.
what?
I don't
think-
want to see it on
They
Logan
want to
Paul,
put it
but
around him. Clock's ticking. They want to put something around him.
I think Logan. I think it stays on Logan.
what about you, Tone? What do you think?
I'm saying Randy.
Okay.
Because if they put it on Kevin Owens, they can't write for him. Every time he's had a belt, they don't know what to do.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Now, if they keep it on Logan Paul,
absolutely.
exactly. We say if they keep it on Logan Paul, who's next?
Yeah.
What are they going to do with
keep
it?
Yeah, that's a
in
good
mind,
point too.
Night after WrestleMania is the big night for return. So somebody
Hang on. We're gonna have this. The
Hey.
night after WrestleMania hasn't been a
Just
big
free,
night
man.
for
Yeah.
returns or a big night for shit in the last 3 years.
Okay,
It's
but look
been
who's been
lackluster.
look who's been, especially
last
last
5
year.
years.
Look who has been
Yeah.
running it. It's been Vince McMahon. Triple
fair.
H has something up his sleeve.
I
I agree.
100% hope you're right. We
does.
had like a 30-minute conversation on this like 2 weeks ago
Okay.
about
And then-
how bad the Raw after Mania have been when they're
Yep.
supposed to be like the biggest show of the year.
Yep. I will say this though, because I said it on the Sports Report podcast because we were talking about the Paul brother. Will knows what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Because I did accidentally say Jake Paul. I hope Jake Paul gets his ass kicked when he takes on Mike Tyson. First
Mike
round
is
knockout.
going to kill him.
Make him
Fucking
kill his
yep.
ass.
Mike,
Tyson's
especially
gonna kill you.
now that Jake brought Tyson's dead daughter into this shit, Tyson is going to fuck him up.
Yep.
He's already
Boy,
told
I
me.
hate
He
the
said the
fact
wrong
what?
thing. And he's going to kill
Oh
him.
yeah, he made comments about his daughter.
He's a dead man.
Yeah. No.
He's done. He's done.
If it, and I was talking about this to Will because I don't know who's saying it, but they're saying like, yeah, they're changing the rules of the fight because they don't want it to be like a first round knockout. Bitch, I go to boxing matches for knockouts. I go
Exactly.
to UFC fights.
Yeah.
For
Exactly.
I don't want. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to see
Agreed.
people tap, but hey, it happens. I don't want to go to it and be like, we went 12 rounds.
Exactly.
I do think they
Exactly.
did change the rules for a few reasons. They changed the rules, one, because
Jake Paul's a pussy.
Jake Paul's a pussy, yes, but also the 2 minutes are going to make it seem faster. The 2 minute rounds are going to make it.
Wait, whoa. When did they change these? When did they change these rules?
They announced the official rules just the other day. So 16-ounce gloves, not 10.
Stupid.
Mike has to be EKG'd and ECG'd before the fight because of his age.
What?
That's actually kind of a smart rule, and
I was gonna say that should be
because
protocol. I mean,
he's 70, man,
Yeah.
taking head blows. That's a valid rule. The other one is there are 2 minute rounds instead of 3 minute rounds, and there will be no judges at ringside. The only way to win is a KO.
It's a professional fight.
It's a professional fight. Yeah.
And they wait. It's a professional fight. The WBA, WBC, and all them, they said okay, it's good to go. They're making it 2 minute rounds.
But
16-inch gloves.
it's not being regulated like that. It's
Just a heads up.
yeah,
Just a
it's an
heads up there,
exhibition
Josie.
fight.
Tyson is not 70. Tyson is 57.
Oh
And
wow!
Mike is
I'm
gonna
so
fucking
sorry.
kill him.
So
Yeah.
sorry.
Dude, yeah,
Wow.
the moment that you said,
They're
the moment that you
killing.
said he's 70, I'm like, dude, there ain't no fucking way he would do that
Yeah.
if he was 70. And then
They're
no,
setting
dude,
this up. They're setting this up so they can make Mike look stupid and Jake Paul just be all this bullshit. No, Mike is going to kill him.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck what they try to do. Mike gets his hands on him. Mike is going to kill him.
Yep.
He can't run like he can't. run like
The
boy.
one thing I'm gonna wonder here is actually I was wrong. This will be Netflix's first foray into the live thing because they will be showing this live. But my thing is what if it is a first round knockout? Like all these people log on and Tyson knocks his ass out in a minute and a half.
They expect it. That's expected.
But there's been no undercard listed or anything. Like
It wasn't going to be in the first
It
place.
would be on the card anyway.
no, I'm just saying, like, we're literally all gonna
What
tune in for a 5-minute show.
And what-
I would.
I
Fuck
would.
yeah, I'm going to, dude. It's Mike Tyson. First off,
Exactly.
Mike Tyson.
And what undercard do you need anyway? Can't nobody do
I'm
undercard
not-
for that.
Guys, all I'm saying is, like, there's not gonna be much of a show. That's all I'm saying.
You're gonna get one of the greatest boxers ever in life in the ring again in a professional fight where he can knock the shit out of somebody that needs it.
And I don't care.
Oh, I
and
mean,
don't care
I'm excited to see
and
it.
I don't
I'm
care
just
what people
saying.
say, and I don't care what people say. I don't care what people tell me. And a lot of people have disagreed with me in the past. I'll say it again. If he ain't by the old boy ear off, he would have won that match against Holyfield.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
He would have won that match
Oh,
against
yeah.
Holyfield.
He
was
would
on
beat the
his
shit
way
out
to
of
win
Holyfield.
it.
He was in Holyfield's ass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he was on his way to win that shit.
He
until
was in
made
Holyfield's
the
ass.
off. Yeah.
I don't
You know, like
understand. I
Holyfield
never
was.
understood why.
Michael's just going through some shit
He's
after he
going
got out
through
of
some
jail.
bullshit, that's
He was
all.
just going through some bullshit, and he snapped, and he just went off the deep end, and he knew it.
But I'm
He
gonna
knew
tell you though, he was gonna win that match. He was gonna win that match.
He was beating
gonna win.
Holyfield's ass.
He would beat. He was He was about to beat that ass.
He was
Hell
beating
yeah.
Holyfield's ass.
I never understood, and I never. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to take Holyfield's accomplishments away from him, but I never saw the intrigue with. Oh, the man can't punch.
To me, the
Depending on who
and
the
I
match-
was on it. I was
Depending on
on
what
a,
the matchup was, with Evander Holyfield, who he's matched up with,
Mhm.
that's what made that fight.
yeah.
Remember when he
that's-
fought? He didn't fight Lennox. Yeah, he did fight Lennox Lewis. If you notice the way Lennox was fighting him,
Mhm.
that made the better style was Evander's, and that's how Evander whooped his ass.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, if you see how Evander was fighting, Riddick
Trevor
Bowe.
Hoyt?
Yeah. I'm on that match.
When he fought Riddick Bowe all 3 times, you see him switch up every time against Riddick Bowe, and Riddick Bowe was still taxing his ass.
Yep.
So
I just gotta say, if I'm paying Netflix, I'm watching Mike Tyson kick Jake Paul. I don't care who else you put on the card. I want a first round knockout by Tyson.
Fact.
If you're gonna get, you know what? If you're gonna give me 3, 4, 5 rounds, that's fine. I don't want this chicken shit. All right, judges, did I win? Do I get a participation?
Have you seen Mike? Have you seen Mike? Have you seen
oh,
Mike?
I
train?
have, man.
Mike-
He's
I
training with like a renowned UFC trainer.
Dude, yeah, no, Tyson's taking this fight seriously. Jake Paul's like, oh, this is a celebrity.
Now, do you
celebrity
actually
fight.
think those rules are going to apply when after you use the way Mike has been training? Do you really think he's going to last around?
Fuck no.
Well, I mean,
And I wanna
that's
say
a,
this
but the
too.
rules don't keep him from if he knocked. I'm not saying that he won't knock him out round one. I think he will. I'm just saying, like, anticlimactic, I guess is my point.
I'm just saying is this. Mike Tyson ain't a damn YouTuber.
No.
Mike Tyson is a real
Well,
boxer, a real
Okay,
fighter.
Will, hang on a second. You and I, and Stax have talked about on this show about how Logan and Jake are pro boxers. Like, they put in the work. They both did and became pro boxers. And then
Yeah.
Logan went on.
Thought anybody with
No,
the ranking
hang
knows
on.
what the
That's my
fuck
point.
they're doing.
Hang on. I'm just saying they put in the work to learn the skill.
That's
I
fine.
agree.
I'm not
I
saying
agree with that.
they're let me rephrase. They're amateur boxers who put in the work to be a pro boxer. But yes, I agree. Jake Paul has not fought anybody of any significance. Logan never did either. But
No.
it's the same reason I don't like Logan Paul. But I respect what he
Yep.
does in a WWE ring because he has put in the goddamn work.
That's where he needs to be. He don't need to be in the ring because if he get in the ring with a professional boxer, they're going to kill him.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. I'm just saying, like, Jake has talent as a boxer. I don't just think for 1 second that Mike isn't going to beat the shit out of him. But I'm just saying there is, even though Mike is not a YouTuber, he will beat the shit out of him. I'm just saying Jake has put in the work to perfect his skill. Now, this whole bullshit
give you
that
that.
Jake says that boxing saved his life, fuck you. You were a suburban white kid, boy.
Thank
Fuck
you.
off.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now, the more shit he talks to Mike, that's gonna resonate when Mike walks through that door,
The
walks
worse
through
off
that
he's gonna
ring.
be.
If Mike is off the weed and is in his destructive mind,
Well, and that
Stay off the
motherfucker's
weed.
going to
that
die.
comment about his daughter, what I saw is he ought to be scared because
Dude,
Mike has talked about how he doesn't want to go back to that dark place that he
That's where
used to
he
have to get into. And when you
He's
bring up
going.
Mike's daughter, I guarantee you he's back into that dark
You just
place.
open that
Here-
door and
here's-
push him farther in.
What were you
Here's-
saying, Nando?
Here's all you need to know. Jake Paul's gonna come out of that curtain in the foot. Yeah, let's go, man. Yeah, let's go. Tyson's gonna come out. Focused, no
With that-
smile. If
Just the
Tyson
white
comes-
towel.
If Tyson comes out with that I'm focused look, Jake Paul is dead in 30 fucking seconds.
I agree.
Anything else,
And he can say,
Facts.
and what's the old saying? Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what happened to your boy.
Dude,
You'll
if
get
Jake
punched in
Paul
the
can
mouth.
take two of Tyson, dude, when Tyson hit people with that left uppercut, bro, it's over. How many people
night.
did? Hey, I'm not going to be in Tyson's range
Knocked
for that
out.
left uppercut.
Your
Tyson
ass
hits the right
gone.
jab, and that uppercut follows. And if you don't, you even if you know that uppercut is coming, watch Tyson's fights. And I know that you have. Tone probably has. Josie, I know you probably have. Tyson's right comes out for that jab. Tyson's right comes out for that jab. That dude's like, okay, here comes that next jab. And that uppercut hits. Your ass is looking up at the lights.
You're going
Paul
to sleep.
is not going to see it coming. Like I said, I want this to be 30 seconds to a minute. Knock his fucking ass out.
Mike's
Out of
got
boxing for good.
the thing is Mike's got knockout power in both hands,
Exactly.
so he
Dude,
can
Nope.
fake the right and throw that overhand left. He's going to sleep.
He's done. He's
He's
done.
going
Alright.
to sleep.
Yeah.
All right, you
All
guys.
right. Well,
All
that's
right, you
going to do
guys.
it.
Anybody else got anybody got anything else before we go ahead and roll out for the night?
Midnight Express, the greatest tag team ever.
Be careful
As
where
I
you
super
get
kick you
kicked,
through
kid.
the barbershop window, bro. Let's go.
Mania 40, worst build in WrestleMania history.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but you're right. You're right.
1 star out of 5. I would
There's been
recommend
some, but
again.
there's been some other ones down the before, but this is the worst.
Hey,
This is-
Will, you wanna hear how much I love the hype for WrestleMania 40?
how much
5
of that
out of 5 would not recommend.
Damn. All right, you guys.
Axe.
All right, you guys. We are
All right,
out of
we're
here.
outta here.
We'll be back next week, same time, same channel, right here for Sports Report for Fight Night. Well, I'll at you guys later. Peace. Did he just leave? Dag stacks.
No, I'm still here.
Man.